I always associated Facebook with like being a sophomore in college.
Right.
Then once I graduated, I didn't use it that much. And then also I had this weird thing where people kept making fake accounts. Did I never tell this story?
No.
I went to my 10th high school reunion and I was talking to this dude, Ryan Ayers. Great dude, friend of mine.
Yeah.
I hadn't stayed that much in touch, but a guy I really liked, and we were like having some beers at his parents' house.
What year is this? The high school reunion?
I must have been 28. I remember I was finishing the last Vampire Weekend album, and me and Wes, one of my oldest friends, and
Like 13? No, wait.
2012. This would have been 2012. So after we're out hanging out at this guy's parents' house after the reunion, and he was like, "Hey, that's pretty cool when you posted that Smashing Pumpkins video the other day. I hadn't heard that song in a while." And I was like, "Posted on what?" And he's like, "On Facebook." And I was like, "I don't think I've actually like posted anything on Facebook in a while." And he's like, "Yeah, you have." And he showed me, and there's like somebody had actively made a fake account, and they friended people I'd gone to high school with, and they weren't even doing anything crazy. They were just like posting Smashing Pumpkins videos and being like, "Yo, remember the 90s when we were tweens?"
That's crazy.
That kind of bugged me out because I was like, obviously there's a lot of potential for weirdness. And I remember like I had some people hit up Facebook and try to shut down a bunch of these fake accounts, but that was the word. I never heard anything bad. I never heard somebody saying like, somebody fucking started sending me crazy messages. But I was just like, that was just so unnerving. Just like somebody holding it down, just being like.
So there were multiple Ezra Koenig fake accounts.
Yeah. And
they were all just posting like SP videos.
I guess so.
That's an interesting impulse.
I mean, yeah, maybe it's just like somebody get home from work and just kind of imagine what it would be like. And it's interesting that this person was like friending people I went to high school with. It's not like they were trying to like even, maybe it was somebody I went to high school with just being weird or something.
Yeah. It reminds me, this is kind of a weird story in terms of like fake identities in a benign sense. Mm-hmm. I worked at a nursery, like a plant nursery, like a greenhouse.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's on brand. I was like, you're like a bunch of 3-year-olds.
Yeah. Now, this would have been 1996. So I would have been like 19.
Yeah.
And there was like a photographer that came from the local paper. It was like, "Hey, we're doing a story on the nursery and we're going to shoot you guys." And we were just like standing in the greenhouse, like weeding and like planting stuff. And I was like, oh my God. And they shot all these pictures of me. And they're like, "What's your name?" And I said, "Stephen Malkmus." Because huge Pavement head at the time, still am. And I was like, this would be kind of funny.
For some of our younger listeners or our older listeners who don't give a fuck about indie rock, Stephen Malkmus was in a band called Pavement, considered a seminal indie rock band of the 90s.
Considered? First of all, everyone that listens to this show, if they're a Vampire Weekend fan, gives an F about indie rock. I don't need you throwing shade at indie rock.
I'm not throwing. By the way, I was literally listening to Pavement last night.
What album?
Wowie Zowie.
I love that record.
I was wondering if Wowie Zowie was considered a double album.
Oh, interesting. No, it's like 19 or 20 tracks. No, it's like it's like an hour, right? Not a double.
Yeah, but it's 18 songs.
But it might be on vinyl. It might be 4 sides.
Anyway, I was thinking about Pavement. I felt like it'd been fashionable to say you don't like Pavement for a while. Because I think Pavement was considered kind of like the old white male rock critic kind of
sure
thing. And it became kind of unfashionable. Like Pavement became a shorthand for being like, oh, what? Great music is only made by Pavement?
Right.
You know?
Like nerdy, literate college rock.
Right. Whereas, for a long time, like that got respect, whereas pop or hip hop didn't. Whereas now I think, at least in the critical universe, that things have evened out. But anyway, I was thinking about Pavement and I was like, you know what? Pavement has some tunes, man. I'm not saying that Pavement is ever going to top the year-end lists again, let alone the charts. But I was like, you know what? There's nothing cool about hating on Pavement.
Throw us a Pavement.